General Pamela Monroe Ellis has initiated a probe into the Ministry of Transport's acquisition of 110 used school buses amid public concerns over the procurement process. The buses were imported at a cost of $1.4 billion from the United States under the government's National Rural School Bus Program ahead of the reopening of schools for the 2025-26 academic year. Halshane Burke reports.
In a statement on the Auditor General's Department website, Mrs. Monroe Ellis said the audit is in response to numerous stakeholder representations to the office and media reports regarding the acquisition of the 110 school buses. She says a preliminary assessment was undertaken to evaluate the credibility of the claims and to determine whether there was sufficient justification to initiate a formal audit. The Auditor General says the special audit was subsequently commissioned to determine whether the procurement and contracts management practices complied with the applicable laws, regulations, policies, guidelines, and guidance notes governing public procurement in Jamaica to attain value for money. The findings are expected to be published in the July to September quarter later this year. Last month, the Gleaner reported that opposition leader Mark Golding wrote to Mrs. Monroe Ellis's office, the Integrity Commission, and the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, requesting an investigation into the Transport Ministry's procurement of the school buses. In his 2025 letters, Mr. Golding stated that apparent irregularities and other suspicious aspects relating to the procurement of the buses had been brought to his attention. Mocha said a full and comprehensive evaluation was being undertaken in order to assess the credibility, veracity, and substance of the allegations. Access to information documents obtained by the Gleaner also revealed that the Public Procurement Commission warned the Transport Ministry against handpicking contractors even as it endorsed the billion-dollar deal for the controversial used school buses last year. The contract was awarded to El Hydra Limited through a single-source method based on an unsolicited proposal. There was no competitive bidding process. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz has defended the acquisition of the used buses, reporting that more than 80 units are operational daily despite technological challenges and sensitive safety mechanisms causing frequent computer-induced shutdowns. And in a policy pivot, Transport Minister Darrell Vaz announced on February 17 that 100 new buses will now be procured in the 2026-2027 fiscal year as Phase 2 of the program. The original plan had been for 150, later reduced after consultations with the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. Halshane Burke, Radio Jamaica News.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show for this Saturday morning, March 14. Almighty God and our Father, we come before you this morning with thanksgiving. We bring sacrifice of praise into your house, Almighty God. We want to praise your name. We want to glorify you. We want to big you up, lift you up, shout your name across the world. Jesus Christ is God. So we just want to recognize you this morning, because it is because of your grace and mercies that we are here. And we give thanks for all the subscribers. We give thanks for all the viewers, all the listeners. We give thanks for the naysayers. We give thanks for the enemy, that we can fight and know that there has to be a fight, because there's a battle to be won. Yes, Almighty God. And with you at the front, we big you up this morning. Thanks for everything. Thank you, God. Blessings.
Tell them to try free we big up Portland Spice TV. Tell them to try and pray we. Big up Portland Spice TV. Remember to subscribe. See, Portland Spice TV. Louis Culture say it once, so we say it again. Portland Spice TV. We are going to hold them and pop it off. Bogus match where we rip off. Subscribe, share. Portland Spice TV is here. Woo!
Gangali Louis Culture. Big up yourself. So, my viewers and my subscribers, my listeners, on Thursday, we listened to Julian Robinson in the Parliament. And I want to talk to Ralston Hyman this morning. And on Monday, we're going to be talking to Julian Robinson himself Monday evening. So, we invite you to share this channel. This is now the source of real information, the truth on Jamaican politics, governance in beautiful Jamaica. We also discuss sports, we discuss religion, we discuss relationship, we discuss sex, current events, right here on Portland Spice TV. And also, remember our new program, Religious Freedom. It comes on 15 minutes after 7 o'clock every Monday evening with Peter Stamp. I want to open up an avenue because spirituality is critical to our life, you know? Yeah. So, Mr. Maitland gets sentenced, life imprisonment. Gerald and Sylvia get 20 mash. What happened to the case of Dr. Linville Bloomfield? Was Dr. Bloomfield assassinated or murdered? There's a difference. If Dr. Bloomfield was murdered, we want to see the state get active in finding the murderers. Like how you should never rest when a policeman is murdered or a soldier. Shouldn't rest until you find the perpetrator. An attack on institution of the states are people who run those institutions. Those attacks are directed at the state apparatus. So this morning I am saying to the government of Jamaica, I endorse the decline in reported murders. And I want to note my words, reported murders. Because I am not sure that less people are being killed in Jamaica by violent acts. I am not sure about that. And I would love to challenge the government about those numbers by asking critical questions, pertinent questions. It's not been disrespectful and it's not been anti-country. It has been owning my aspect of Jamaica, being a patriot. Injustice to one is injustice to all. And we demand fairness. We demand the rule of law. Because where there is no rule of law, those with the power will trample upon average citizens. We are not all equal. Remember that. Anytime you start believe that every man is equal, that's where you lose the fight in the race of life. All men are not equal. The sooner you understand that, it's going to be the better for you surviving in this world. All men are not equal. So guess what? What all men must do to survive in a fair society and a free society is demand the rule of law being upheld at all times. That is the only way you can get any justice or fairness. Men always have sympathies and bias and leaning. It's a part of our human frailties. We are not perfect. And therefore, you must set the laws and adhere to those laws. So, if the late MP for East Portland in Linville Bloomfield was murdered, the government must get the murderers. The case too easy. If he was assassinated, though, then we understand that there won't be any probe. We understand that it is gone to bed because it was an assassination. Jamaican people, I call upon you today. I call upon the people of Jamaica today to rise up from your slumber and answer the call for a country run by laws. Can't run by men fixing it as they go. What happened to the man that was murdered in Patrick Bailey's house? The police report says there was no forced entry and somebody else was in the house, and you just take an argument that I was asleep? What the? Not even done a station? And I hear some guys celebrating at the sentencing of Jarlan Silvera. Mr. Silvera did wrong, held by the police, tried by the justice system, and sentenced by the justice system. Jordan Silvera got what he deserves. If you celebrate that and you say you're not a hypocrite, then you must call for the murder of Dr. Bloomfield to be dealt with. You must call for the murder of the man in Patrick Bailey's house to be dealt with. You hypocrites. Tell her. This is where it's at in media now. We just speak the truth. When we speak the truth, they can't come at us. Them say we're fool, and we're dunce, and with this and with that. I say to all of you who are well learned and who are not learned, I aspire to live by a book called the Bible. Yeah? Get wisdom, get knowledge, get wealth, get good health, all of that. But in all you're getting, get understanding. 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 You are out there celebrating the sentencing of the policeman. His name just slipped me now. Dr. Bloomfield killing. I want to call it killing. I now decide if it's murder or assassination. He was killed. Now the legal term is where we need to find out. And I'm saying that if he was murdered, the murderers must be brought to justice. Listen, a sitting MP, a member of parliament, is a part of the country's legal institution. Yeah? It's not simple. It's just like a soldier. When you have a war, leaders of the House of Representatives, members of the House of Representatives, but they are legal targets. The police, the country's infrastructure. So it's not simple It's not just another man. No. I know someone have no idea about equality and God make we equal and we are all equal in God's sight. Lie! Not even in the sight of God we are equal. Understand that. Not even in the sight of God we are not equal. Morning, Shaka. Did you hear Simon will be on? Yes, and yes, Celine, me hear him, man. Remember, I'm a general, them listen to them, you know. So I listened to Power 106 on the last day. I may have some clips from Power 106 so I'm going to share with you this morning. Because I never know say Dr. Chris Stokes. No, really, Dr. Chris Stokes. Hold on there. And that's how we start this morning. And that's how we start. Because Dr. Chris Stokes, I listened to Dr. Chris Stokes on the morning agenda. I put out an ad this morning as well that fear increase coming in 4 weeks. In the next 4 weeks, within the next 4 weeks, Darrell Vaz has promised a fear increase to taxi operators. Tell her! $18 million in new billion, billion. $18 billion in new taxes. 18 billion. Plus an increase in taxi fare. You know, I decided this morning not to play any stuff from Julian Robinson because we all see them and we all heard the ideas, fresh, new ideas, a vision was presented. In contrast to bookkeeping that was done the Tuesday. Fayeval Williams was trying to do bookkeeping. The accounting side of the Ministry of Finance. She was not the Minister of Finance and Planning. She came with the accounts, no planning. Julian Robinson presented ideas. The nomad tourism system. And when I listen to Dr. Chris Stokes, I wonder about this man, you know. Let's go to Dr. Christopher Stokes, because Dr. Stokes was in an interview with Janela Precious. And Janela put to Dr. Stokes some of the things that Julian put forward in his budget presentation. Let's take this, listen to this from Janela Precious of RGR on the final morning of the existence of Power 106. One of my favorite stations I listen to. I used to listen to Algie a lot when I was in the farming. Listen to Mr. Perkins sometime. But Simon Crosskill, Dr. Gale, and not talk about the teacher. All right? Do we have to mention the teacher? Do we have to mention Ralston Hyman? Yes, you ought to mention Ralston Hyman. I hope to talk to him this morning. But when I listen to Dr. Chris Stokes, I wonder about this man. Let's play the clip.
Here's this now.
Very?
Crude oil prices are...
No. Not that one. This one. This one.
First of all, do you think they are realistic?
Look, they're very...
First of all, do you think they are realistic?
Look, they're very, very, very useful ideas. I mean, the system of the electronic invoicing has worked very well in Mexico, moderately in other countries. It's absolutely worth taking a look at. The no-bad visa is absolutely worth taking a look at. these are very useful ideas, as is the public transfers, in terms of just from the point of view of how does one deploy one's capital. Is it best to sit in the BOG, or should we use it to do something else? But so in and of themselves, they are useful. My comments on them are as follows.
Wait, hold on. Right. That's what I want us to go down to. So let's start with the electronic invoicing system. He is suggesting that it could generate $8.6 billion in additional revenue without raising taxes. Could this reduce the leakage in Jamaica?
Well, all indications from countries that it has been implemented is that there are varying degrees of success with it, and Mexico at 14%, I believe, and is one of is sort of the poster child for this sort of service. No, again, let us be clear. It's not a new tax, but it is collecting more taxes. Right? In other words, you're still taking money out of people's pocket for the government, whether it's a new tax or collecting more on what people should be collecting. Anyway, so the effect on the money that remains in the private sector, the individual level, will essentially be
you see, I'm just selling
quite similar in that they have to.
I hate more on a pre. I'm just selling a while. Julian is saying that we must collect the taxes that is out there. Enforcement, put in a digital system, a digital invoice. And he's admitting that there's success to this. But then him go on to say that this is similar to the tax. It is not similar to the tax, Dr. Stokes. Where you head there? This is collecting money due to the government. Due last year, due the year before, that the government should have been collecting. So this money is from people who have been earning government resources already. So them are people who are collect GCT and not pay it. People who are the building transfer and not pay them share. People who are do all kind of business that the government is to get taxes from, that are not paying those taxes, Dr. Stokes. So when you listen to these people, you realize now, say, the country suffered these people either lack of knowledge, educated, but lack of knowledge, not the understanding, or they have been politically biased, or just simply short, because if you're short-sighted, when somebody show you, you're supposed to see it. So just admit it. Listen it again.
Suggesting that it could generate $8.6 billion in additional revenue without raising taxes. Could this reduce the leakage in Jamaica?
Well, all indications from countries that it has been implemented is that there are varying degrees of success with it, and Mexico at 14%, I believe, and is one of is sort of the poster child for this sort of service. No, again, let us be clear. It's not a new tax, but it is collecting more taxes. Right? In other words, you're still taking money out of people's pocket for the government, whether it's a new tax or collecting more on what people should be collecting. Anyway, so the effect on the money that remains.
When I listen to this big money, enforcement, and I wonder if I'm playing it from far back enough to understand. Julian spoke about collecting the tax money where they're on the ground. So you have your apartment building, and you have 10, 20 tenants on the apartment, right? And each of them supposed to pay you $1,350 a month. 8 of them are pay you the $1,350. Yeah? And the rest of them now pay you. And you decide that you want more revenue. So what you do? You raise the rent from the 8 where you pay you the 1,350 to 1,500. What Julian is saying, don't raise that rent. Go collect the next 1,350. Yeah? From the other 12 people who not paying. So I'm take more money out of people's pocket like that, Dr. Stokes. What you are doing is collecting what is yours, what is out there that you're not collecting. So these people are benefiting, you know. Those who now pay over the GCT, I collect the GCT from me and you, and them now pay it over. Julian, I say, put a system in place that can collect it. The government never have this idea, and that's why it never come up. So here is a workable idea. And you the man say, I don't like it came up Monday morning. If you had this plan, what you would have done is long before, from you realize, say you have to go, look, new revenue. You'd have start putting in the system. So it's the incompetence of the government, Dr. Stokes. Understand the thing. What Julian is saying, collect what is out there for you. Simple. You want more money for run your building, your complex, 20 tenant. Uncle 8 of them are pay your full rent every month. And you struggle. So what you need to do is collect the rest of money because more money down there can ease the struggling. So it's not tax Julian or tax anybody else more. This is money that the government should have been getting a long time ago. I must make we get it. Because it's out there. Put the system in place. You admit that Mexico is the poster child, 14%. Dr. Stokes, I don't know if you advise the government, but
down to. So let's start with the electronic invoicing system. He is suggesting that it could generate $8.6 billion in additional revenue without raising taxes. Could this reduce the leakage in Jamaica?
Well, all indications from countries that it has been implemented is that there are varying degrees of success with it, and Mexico at 14%, I believe, and is one of the.
Hold on, somebody asked about Big Mama tax. And them tax the Julian, I said, collect this money. Collect them. Whole heap of that out there. Whole heap of people out there with fear pay when I pay nothing. And them the Julian, I said, collect.
It's sort of the poster child for this sort of service. No, again, let us be clear. It's not a new tax, but it is collecting more taxes, right? In other words, you're still taking money out of people's pocket for the government, whether it's a new tax or collecting more on what people should be collecting. Anyway, so the effect on
So what Dr. Stokes is supporting is that people who should legally be paying their taxes must give them out even for hide from the taxes. Is that what you are supporting, Dr. Chris Stokes? Is that what you're supporting? Me hear them say you're great. And I don't know if you're an advisor to the government, but I would love to have a discussion with you, Dr. Stokes. My name is Colin Bell. My number is 876-804-7072. Give me a call, man. And explain this to me. Because the bobbing and weaving when we hear you upon, I was so disappointed. But we'll go and play the entire clip. Let's play the entire clip. Let's go back from the start. And I interrupt it again. Let's play the entire clip.
First of all, do you think they are realistic?
Look, they're very, very, very useful ideas. I mean, the system of the electronic invoicing works very well in Mexico, moderately in other countries. It's absolutely worth taking a look at. The no bad visa is absolutely worth taking a look at. these are very useful ideas, as is the public transfers in terms of just from the point of view of how does one deploy one's capital. Is it best to sit in the BOG, or should we use it to do something else? But so in and of themselves, they are useful. My comments on them are as follows.
Wait, hold on. Right. That's what I want us to go down to. So let's start with the electronic invoicing system. He is suggesting that it could generate $8.6 billion in additional revenue without raising taxes. Could this reduce the leakage in Jamaica?
Well, all indications from countries that it has been implemented is that there are varying degrees of success with it, and Mexico at 14%, I believe, and is one of is sort of the poster child for this sort of service. No, again, let us be clear. It's not a new tax, but it is collecting more taxes. Right? In other words, you're still taking money out of people's pocket for the government, whether it's a new tax or collecting more on what people should be collecting. Anyway, so the effect on the money that remains in the private sector at the individual level will essentially be quite similar in that they have to pay over more of what they have to the government, whether it's new or it is better collection. However, there's a case to be made, a moral case and certainly a business case, that to reduce tax avoidance and to make it easier for people to pay taxes, make it more automated. Questions arise, of course, whether the tax administration in Jamaica has the capacity, know what is involved in setting up this infrastructure, testing it, implementing it. This doesn't sound to me like something that is going to be ready on Monday morning, and we need the funds now, soon, within the coming fiscal year.
What would it take, sir, to roll it out effectively? What would it take?
Well, if it's a system an invoice must be generated on the tax administration system. Like the invoice that you give to the customer. This is not a small matter. It's certainly worth pursuing. I believe it will definitely help, but it is not a small project. It's not something that come April 1 we're going to start this. That's not what we're looking at. But this is not to diminish. I think the validity of the idea. We just need to be clear that this is something that will take some time to implement, and that time frame is not likely to align with the exigencies of the current budgeting cycle.
A lot of persons are well, it was an eye-opening for a lot of persons, a digital nomad program, and Mr. Robinson is proposing that a digital nomad visa program targeting 5,000 remote workers. Is this a serious economic opportunity for us in Jamaica? And could we compete with programs like from Barbados?
Yeah,
I think they have a stamp program.
Yes. No. So there are different versions of this. The programs where you straight out sell your passport, which is not what we're talking about here. The idea, and it's increasing. I've seen it in Turks and Caicos, Cayman, Bermuda. The idea that, look, what people come here for sun and sand.
Yeah. So when you listen to these people, you wonder what they're doing with their reputation. Reputation. You're talking about putting in a system in place to collect money due to the government from people who are earning this. These people who have these taxes are not poor people, Are not poor people, are people who can pay. Why is Mr. Stokes, Dr. Stokes, don't want these people to pay? Why you don't want them to pay, Dr. Stokes? People must pay their share of taxes so the country run. So hold on, nephew. Instead of making people pay them share, you prefer to tax everybody else who are pay a little already. That's what me I show now. But the man we have, if you have a building, you have a complex or an apartment, or you have a little scheme, and you have a rent place. You have 20 tenants. 8 are pay you in full. 3 are pay you 3/4. And every month you collect that and you go on a struggle. And you decide you want more money. Why you want to increase on those who are paying? Collect from those who are not paying. Is understanding that in a Dr. Stokes? And it's not like those who are not paying are the ones who can't pay anything. Those who are not paying, in fact, they are, you may say, stealing from the government. No, sir. Nephew up on the line. Morning, nephew.
Morning, Mr. Bell. Who you do? Morning, my brother. You hear me?
I am here defending my country, sir.
Yes. I called you to talk about two madness I hear Donald Trump with. Make a briefly. Donald Trump is saying that if oil price goes up, America will make a lot of money because they are the largest producer of oil. And then he also went on to say that if Iran continue, he will start to bomb oil field. So it is clear that the increase in oil price is not an issue to Donald Trump.
Oh, but Donald Trump no buy oil, brother. These men that are leading the world now are about themselves and not people, dear people and people of the world, you know.
You play Mr. Stroke interview twice.
Yes.
What I get from him, you know, the idea from Julian Robinson, he's saying it's an excellent idea, and it is not a bad idea. And he even went on to say that it worked in other places who have the same thing he's talking about. But what he's saying is that, well, he's saying two things. He said it will take more money out of those people's pocket, which you perfectly correct that is money them owe the government. So they hard to they are to pay it just like you pay your tax up front and others will pay their tax up front.
And some of them, nephew, some of them are collect the tax for the government from me and you know. Because some of them now pay over GCT, you know, bro.
Colin, remember, you know, we have a percentage of the society, you know, who tell themselves that they're not paid for nothing, you know. You don't notice all with the traffic ticket or they give them amnesty for coming and so some people wait to the last moment and people that ask the extension because they don't want to pay their portion towards the running of their country, towards light, school, health, security. And those are the people who cry out loud for those service. They don't want to pay their portion. But what Stroke is saying, you know, Colin, is that this will take some time and the government need the money now.
Let me ask you something, nephew. How long you think this system you would take for put in? This is not a new system. This is a system that exists all around the world. These men need to stop going like say we are clown and we are dumby. And a them are jumbi. A system that is in place around the world. You need to go buy it from the who have that system and put it in. That's what that's what it means. These guys always are going to tell you about, like when the Prime Minister tell you about backup system for camera. Like we are clown, a fool. Listen, these people are totally disrespecting us, you know. What Dr. Stokes is saying, you know, he's saying to us that this is workable, but and I try find excuse why it not work. If the government, if the government had a vision of this, you'd have start this implementation and come announce it a budget. But I have been telling you all that this government lack vision. Them not have no ideas. See, as embarrass Julian come embarrass the finance minister, you know. The amount of ideas when the man come put on the table. I don't can't tell us that these can't work, you know, because the man has show you the example. This working here, this working here, this working here.
I disagree with you that the government lack vision, but this morning, not the morning where we can discuss it.
Hold on, nephew.
You mentioned.
All right, finish that because me want you the opportunity to tell me.
You mentioned another thing that Dr. Bloomfield. There's someone were charged for that murder, were granted bail and escape, jump bail and run off.
Yes.
Right. The next thing I hear you say, which I have.
Hold on, let's stop at Dr. Bloomfield. The person jumped bail. But you must remember all of the police report, you know. And a 2 DNA samples was found at the site, you know. Right? And a 2. Second thing, the person who jumped bail. Have you ever heard an announcement that he's wanted or there's a manhunt or anything for him?
I know the police would have been searching.
Hello. Don't BS this morning, nephew. Hear me, I said to you. Have you ever heard any public announcement, anything come out that there's a manhunt for this man and this man is wanted and in picture put up anywhere? Have you ever seen that? Or hear of it?
I have never, but that doesn't say that the police is not on the lookout.
Or like them on the lookout for Patrick Daly too?
The next thing you say, which is beating me also. How could a man being murdered in a building and the police is telling you no break-in?
No force entry.
Break-in. Yeah, no force entry.
The first day I hear about
and
it.
You don't arrest the person who also were in that building at the time of that murder.
But nephew, these are the people you are supporting. These are the things that you are condoning. These are the things that would tell you that we have seen the most corruption ever on this island.
Don't bother come about government is to blame for this now, because
all right, blame me then.
Tomorrow, I give another call. Tomorrow we finish it. We talk tomorrow.
All right.
We talk tomorrow.
Blame me then, nephew. Blame me. Come in and what kind of rubbish? What kind of rubbish this? Eh? No. Dr. Chris Stokes a big man. You must make your reputation. You no sell your reputation for nobody, brother. Don't sell your reputation for nobody. Morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Hello?
Yes, Colin.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, Colin.
Talk to me.
A couple of things I want to address, Colin. The previous caller that you just spoke to, I want to ask him. And yes, Colin, good morning.
Yeah, man, we're hearing you, man. Now listen to nothing else but your phone.
Colin. Morning, sir. Couple of things, Colin. I do appreciate you, my brother, for teaching, beating, and educating the people on the facts. And this morning you touched on quite a few topics. And I want to address something. The previous caller, when you told him that there was no vision by this government, I want to ask him in the last 10 years, can he tell you one visionary plan that this government have for Jamaica?
I am going to call back.
And give you one?
Yeah, because guess what happened to me now? It's a question when we did ask him, you know. But we make him say what he did want to say, and then he run. Nephew, hold on. Hear this. Nephew, me I give you 10 minutes. Me I go call you back at 5 minutes to 10. For you tell me something visionary where this government put in place for the economy, for grow the economy. You show me a visionary step that the Andrew Holness-led administration made during the last 10 years to push growth for the country's economy. Me I give you 10 minutes. Me I give you time to think about it, make some call, me then tell you what it is and you tell me. Please, nephew. Me I depend upon you. Yes, caller. Anything else?
Yes, Colin. I got a couple more things I want to address with you.
Go ahead.
Stokes. Julian Roberts' statement and his presentation was complete and concise and comprehensive. How can a man like Stokes? Well, I'm going to let me rephrase that. I understand why a man like Stokes can be non-committal and bob and weave when asked these questions. Now, also, the question itself was convoluted when it was asked to Stokes. So he gave a convoluted answer. Judah made it perfectly clear and exactly what could be done and how it could be done. There should be no debate or discussion on that. It was a comprehensive statement he made, and it was clear and precise. For Stokes, who's supposedly to be an educated man, because we got a lot of these people in Jamaica with DR in front of their name, but it stands for dumb and retarded. And they come on and they try to bob and weave and hide the facts and hide from the truth. One of the things that we have to face, Colin, is that corruption is deep within Jamaica itself. So we see corruption within civil society. The people who are supposed to stand up and voice their concerns and express the truth are afraid, because when they're all involved in the same corruption and they're benefiting from the same pot, it's hard for them to come out and speak truth to power. And we see that so often with these people, because they're all involved in business and they're all getting a piece of the pie and they're all getting the trickle down. So it's hard for them to come out and really speak the truth, speak truth to power, because they're all beneficiaries from the corruption. Another thing I want to say, Julian, is that in regards to the judicial system in Jamaica, Jamaica is the only country in this side of the world that I know of that gave judges 100% pay increase. When we have a DPP office that has been corrupted over 10 years.
No, hold on, no.
And we have selective prosecution. I don't live in Jamaica, but I follow the news and I follow what I see.
Hold on a little bit. You said something about the DPP office. And I want to give you the time to tell us why you make that accusation a while ago. Because you see, I don't believe in wild accusations. So if you say the DPP office was corrupt, you have to point us on something. Show me, please.
Okay. Case in point. Selective prosecution.
What is that?
You spoke about two crimes that is yet to be prosecuted. Why?
No, but hold on a little bit, caller. The Patrick Bailey case, the DPP have no say at this point because the police not do what them to do yet. That case is at the police. Yeah? Even the Bloomfield case is still at the police because somebody has never said somebody was charged, right? For the Bloomfield killing. The person go see him lawyer one morning. Them drop him off at the court door after going at the parking lot. And when they come back from the parking lot, until this time, nobody no see or hear nothing about that man. We have never heard the police or the government come out and make any public announcement saying that this man is wanted, put up in picture, or any effort, any national effort to find this man. So I don't think you can show those as any example to say the DPP is may not even use the word where you use. May I use bias? Okay. Or the DPP office is bias. Don't agree with it. If I do those are the two, no.
Okay. Let me give you paint a broader brush of the corruption of the DPP office. Take for example, we have a lot of political operatives who are supposed to be prosecuted. They have yet to be prosecuted. We have seen the case on point, the Prime Minister. We have seen a lack of effort from the DPP office
again.
To pursue prosecution.
Hold on,
the evidence again. The evidence.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
you see, I'm gonna tell you something. You see, this program is about the truth. Yeah. So if we can't match up a thing, them, we're not gonna really allow you to just taint any institution in a Jamaica. As you say, you don't live at Jamaica. Me live at Jamaica. You understand? So me now go allow nobody to taint none of the institution. Hear this. The Prime Minister case also is not in front of the office of the DPP. The Integrity Commission, which is a statute of the Parliament, have within the Integrity Commission a director of corruption prosecution. The system in the Integrity Commission is that the statutory filings must be done by the politicians. The Integrity Commission must do their work, certify or not certify. If you find instance, recommend for charges, and the director of corruption prosecution either charge or not charge. So this problem now is inside the Integrity Commission. We are in one instance, the director of corruption prosecution said, and I quote, "We found enough in the first and the second issue to charge the Prime Minister. However, based on the eclipse of time, we will not charge the Prime Minister." The other issue did not go to the direction of corruption prosecution. It was kicked up the value chain, in my opinion, to the FID and TAJ, Tax Authority of Jamaica. They now need to do their work. So as it relates to the Prime Minister, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution has not been involved. Not reached them yet.
Hey, Colin.
Yes, sir.
I listened and I heard what you have to say. But within the judicial system itself, the Office of the Prosecution do have investigators, do have lawyers who are supposed to be
when the case gets to court, when the case
pursuing cases to be prosecuted.
No, when the case gets to court, the office of the DPP have full control. The office of the DPP can take over the case when it gets into the court, but it have to get to the court. They are a prosecutory organization. So once them get the case, them can investigate, them can try, them can even stop the case. They can stop the trial.
How many cases have you seen? How many cases have you witnessed or heard of that went to the DPP and was not prosecuted by the DPP involving politics?
No, what may I say? If you said that, no, that's a different issue, and that's why I say you can't try taint the officer and come with a whole heap of false narrative. You have to come with things. There are cases where them not. Whole heap of cases was submitted to them by when we had the contractor general with Greg Christie. Greg Christie had put a number of cases to the DPP which was not prosecuted. No, that's not. If you have come with the argument, then maybe we can start look now. But them argument that we have come with first, they have done for do with the DPP.
Okay, I will retreat. What I'm saying, but I still stand by my statement that there's been corruption at the DPP office.
Just say that is your opinion. That is your opinion, and I'll leave it. That's your opinion.
Yes, my opinion. Yes, sir. Okay, and I'll stand by that, Colin.
All right, my brother.
All right.
All right, we talk again. Blessings. Yeah, man. So, Julian Robinson, me think, took them to school, brought some fresh ideas, workable ideas, and Dr. Stokes not try to throw no cold water. Just work with what you can work with, because you don't have no idea for no one, so no get something and we could work with it, jump on it fast, even call Julian. Morning, caller. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Morning.
Well on, my brother.
Colin, you ever hear one saying, "A little knowledge is dangerous"?
Yes.
All right, Dr. Stokes fall in a bracket. You see, you start off.
Careful when you're talking about the PhD.
To start off this morning, on a note that is very important. Not everybody is equal. Because when I listened to Dr. Stokes answering the question, he was literally stealing for the answers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and like in the far.
Yeah. it sounds to me like a man who knows that he might get it affected if him endorse the utterances of Julian in the parliament. You know, some man were really, all right, they'll use the analogy of the apartment.
Yeah.
Very good analogy. And for the common man, them supposed to can understand.
And that's what we
right?
ought to do. Make certain everybody can understand what the thing there.
Yes. Now, when a man of his stature, we're supposed to understand the whole economics of collecting taxes and why taxes are collected. And then an idea is thrown out there to show how you can be more efficient at collecting the taxes. And you are going to say, you're going to try to draw the wool over the eye of the Jamaican people to say, you know what this coming like? It's coming like when the government was saying no new taxes.
Yeah.
Even though they were collecting more taxes. In essence, what Julian said is similar to that.
Yeah, it's continue that because hold on.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. Remember, you know, this platform of being more efficient at collecting taxes and collecting more of the taxes that is out there was laid by Mark Golding, you know.
Exactly.
So the government since 2016, this administration has collected the most taxes than any government. But them now understand it. Now it shows clearly that them now have the understanding of it. Because you're supposed to carry that forward. One of the reasons why the PNP said to people that all who live on government land, we are giving it in 25 years. What do you think one of the things out of that was to do? Was to collect more taxes.
More revenues.
If you have 700,000 more people who land and pay land tax, 500 times 7, 5,000 times 700,000. About a 35 million or 35 billion.
Colin, listen, the man, let me tell you, the caller before me made a very good point in the sense that you see persons who are caught up in business and governing, and you say it all the while. See people who are going to parliament must put them business in a blind trust and
yeah, man. Yeah, man, I sell it out.
Yeah, you can't do the business of the people and mix up your thing with the business of the country.
No, that's why the corruption. That's why the corruption is so high, you know, brother.
Exactly, and me feels that is why you have people like Mr. Stokes now who can come out and speak definitively as it relates to what Mr. Robinson said in the parliament, because some of them are caught up and would be caught up in the whole collecting of the taxes. No, but let me tell you something. Some of the people who cheat the tax system the most, you know, the most well-off people, I mean.
What you mean, man?
You see the man them who live in the countryside, the old lady, the old man, them selling ackee and them cocoa and stuff, they pay them taxes every year, you know.
Of course.
Them property,
yeah. And they feel proud about doing that, you know.
Yes. You see the other man them now, they find every loophole not to pay taxes. The richer class of people in the country find a loophole not to pay taxes. So when any system is put forward where revenues are to you're put it forward to collect more revenues, they're not going to agree with it. They're going to shut it down. And then see him start, he couldn't even come straight out and try to shut it down. You know, he mumble around it. You know, but a little knowledge is dangerous, Colin, and these people are showing that I say a little knowledge is dangerous. And when you have these brilliant people who feel like they can take everybody to fool, it is nice when we have programs like these to unravel the foolishness and give people a clear perspective.
Look here. It's a simple thing. The man I tried turn in an idiot. You know, same, as me say the same thing the Prime Minister do it, you know. When I don't know if you remember time the Prime Minister come out and say, you can't just buy body camera, so you have to buy the hardware and the software for the back room.
Right.
What that you telling me? We are idiot? Look here, body cameras is a standard thing around the world. It depends on what level you want. You just order the system and everything come. This system that Julian talk about, I know we originated, you know. A copy, we a copy it. I know Julian idea, you know.
Right.
I see Julian see it somewhere and look at best practice where any smart and clever person do. You do that's why you do research when you do something. You look on best practice. Oh, this is best done in another area there. And you look on it and say, all right, this can fit we. So what Dr. Stokes talk about?
The government misfavor now go do that, you know, because they go affect to them business. Me I tell you too much of them involved in a business. And if you
my brother, you see that argument there? You see that argument there, as you rightfully say, something me I tell you in a long time, is what is affecting us. That's why the country is so corrupt.
Yes.
Almost every politician, and not just on the GLP side. Because I think both sides kind of things that then if you in a parliament and see man a hustle and a juggle and every man a go in a business and a make money, you don't think you'll start up a business too? It's not supposed to happen.
Exactly.
No minister.
Exactly.
No MP should not hustle and a juggle. And you know the question I want to ask? How many members of parliament or how many ministers are involved in real estate right now, actively involved in real estate? And those who are not actively a bill upon the site, because some of them depend on the site, brother. Those who are not actively on the site and you have invested money in it, we should know. The country should know these things. And you can see why some things operate the way they operate.
All right. Colin, it is obvious. Looking at the parliament right now, there are so many persons' names. I mean, we're not call them names. Who's every time you see one contract that is given, it is linked to a friend of a politician. You think it's just the friend of the politician who benefit from it?
Let me tell you something.
You get where I'm coming from?
Let me tell you something. If you're in politics, you can make money and play fear. You don't have to cheat none. Also, politicians' pension should be of such, just like how the Prime Minister won't stay. The members of parliament and ministers should get a good pension, because you shouldn't be in there competing with the average citizen at the same business space while you are in government and you are managing a country. You know everything. And you're using that unfair advantage against your fellow citizens.
Insider trading and the works.
Let me take our next call because I wait for Ralston for jump on.
All right, cool, Colin.
Blessings. You know, so I have some videos when I want to show you, I have a whole heap of video I want to show you, Hello? Morning. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Colin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my little piece when Mr. Talks there.
Yeah.
A long time I listen to him and he always sound biased still, I guess surprised still because I think he's affiliated to the government.
And a bias that still, that sounds stupid to me.
Yeah.
That sounds like you don't really understand the system, or you're just blatantly biased against a good idea.
No, but look on this. The man is an economist and you are talking about yes, no. What you are talking about? Is either yes or no?
Yeah. The bob and weave. Let say.
Hey. As we are searching on the word.
Hold on. Yeah, the man.
Look, they're very, very, very useful ideas. I mean, the system of the electronic invoicing works very well in Mexico, moderately in other countries. It's absolutely worth taking a look at. The no bad visa is absolutely worth taking a look at. These are very useful ideas, as is the public transfers. in terms of just from the point of view of how does one deploy one's capital, is it best to sit in the BOG or should we use it to do something else? But so in and of themselves, they are useful. My comments on them are as follows.
Wait, hold on. Right, that's what I want us to go down to.
You hear the man, the bobbing and weaving.
Bama weave. Yeah, said workable. But you have to go through legislation and all of them.
You don't do it.
Like him as
Do it. You
can't bother. Yeah, you can't bother with
it.
that now. Because it don't take too long to go through all them something there.
You never have that. You see, if it was the PNP in power, these are some of the things we would have do already from start, from the hurricane blue and we know, so listen. But guess what? Them ideas here are things where Julian could have talked in the budget presentation, Our plans them here where PNP did have ready for bring in for the country, We know win the election, anyway. So Julian I give them it now. These are things where we never did tell you. You understand?
Anyway, in the JLP, you say next election, them all come with them idea there,
No, but guess what? We want them to implement this. That's why Julian tell them this is something they must go do now. And then no argument. Chris Stokes and Fiscal Williams and the crew must go do them here now. Because next year you're going to need more money. You think Uncle 15 billion you're going to need next year? You're crazy. You're not blind.
But remember say them in a government, And remember say them don't normally take ideas from opposition, because them not gonna look good, them will lose.
Them not take it, no?
Them will lose.
People were calling on the opposition to come with plausible alternative or workable alternative. Yeah. See it there. And there's more to come. Come out, not talk yet. There is more. Yes, brother. Look like in God.
Right.
Oh, you're still there.
Yeah. As I say, as the man for them tax, as them benefit from the liquor spoils what drop off of the economy,
Yeah.
So that's why them have to talk them way.
All right.
You can't it workable, but you farm, but
yeah, man.
Kind of
you put your credibility out there for dry and tech lick.
Hey.
Now, when you make all me know I drape you up this morning as a big PhD. And you make me a drape you up this morning. Yeah, now look good. Later. Later.
All right, my boss.
876-804-7072, the Colin Bell Show. We're talking about Julian Robinson's presentation in comparison to Fiscal Williams.
Good morning, Colin and the crew.
Morning, Auntie Wagwan.
Yeah, man, if you're in a little pangal, I will stop and fix all those ignoring.
Yeah?
Listen to me now.
Yeah.
If you're in a Amalikin,
okay.
They have one somewhere there, Amalikin. Now listen to me now.
Yeah.
You see with Mr. Strokes?
Yeah.
Strokes are when he knows the job and he knows what he say. You know what is the problem?
Yeah.
He's too deep and affiliated. So if he start to speak the truth, it will bounce back.
But him need have to speak the truth. All him have to say, yeah man, them thing I can work. That's all he have to say.
So no, that would be the truth.
But
if you go say that
but
now,
him actually say it, Him actually say it, but he must say it and I brush it aside at the same time.
Yeah, because in content I kill him. He can say it. But in most I think come out and say, yes, it's a perfect thing and that is right. In big boss, I go drape him up.
Somebody call Dr. Stokes. Tell him send the youth over Portland Spice TV. Now give no ratings this morning.
He knows his job. Because a long time I follow him. He know what he said and he know his truth. But because of the deep affiliation and the yes, my king, no, my king, and that is our problem. That's how much So
Dr.
what happened now? These people sacrifice them years, go to school, and do all of them studies to come out and shine for themselves and their country and their family to follow and make a better country. But because of one man where they are allegiant to, then just go in at the slum and everybody just hold down. And that is
more
so
make
wrong.
a prediction. More make a prediction this morning. The fiscal commissioner, I telling you this morning, I bet you will stop hear stuff from him. I bet you they silent the fiscal commissioner. They are going to silent him. What name? Terrence, when Ralston come, Ralston tell him. Terrence Williams in name? The fiscal commissioner?
Terrence Williams was the man with the ID coming and really know them much.
Yeah, but I think I see him I the same name the man have, but the fiscal commissioner, the government is going to silent him. Yeah, man.
Yes. So
because he has totally embarrassed the government, you know. Totally embarrassed the government by saying the budget have whole heap of holes in it. And did Julian bore a hole in it? Me not talk about the history lesson where Julian put on yet. Me I wait till Raleigh come to talk about that history lesson.
So all right, Khalid. So those are the things me I tell you when them afraid of.
Yes.
But if me could have sacrificed and my parents send me to school, I mean I make not done smart, told me that don't be like favor. Favor, why would I best school? Come from a ordinary family. Go on I best school, achieve what you achieve and come down in our last days, make a bunch of dance and we dance on him. I turn him down to tell lie. Just like in the PAAC with very girl Nikisha Birch and I ask a woman them where them are firmament secretary and this. And then just fling themselves on the bus and tell lie. And take everybody's food there. And how who them are telling lie for? No right like them. That for me yet, you know. You don't tell me, you can't fool me. All right.
All right,
that might yeah.
Blessings. Yeah, man. Respect and thanks. Yeah, man. Ralston, man. Morning.
Morning.
What go on, my brother?
Yeah, man. We're there, man.
Hold on the caller. Well, we listen Friday morning, final morning on Power 106. Before we go any further, tell the people where you are going to be.
Well, we'll be on RJRFM 94, but they have significantly cut the program, so we'll be on between the hours of 12:30 and 1 p.m. during the week, and we'll be on a Sunday, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. on a Sunday.
So you'll be on 1 hour every Sunday?
Yeah.
By the time them considerably cut. Well?
Yeah, man.
Well, it's one thing you know that you have a home here.
Yeah, man.
So, Raleigh, just before we go in at the budget or anything like that, just give us a rundown on the week that was.
Well, the week that was, we saw the BOJ mopping up some 29 billion in liquidity. The money changers pumped in 33 billion, although the BOJ wanted only 29 billion. We also saw the government floating another instrument at 12.25% per annum. They are seeking another 3 billion to help fund this year's budget. Right? So those were the major things. We saw the presentation from the Minister of Finance, which never make any sense. And we saw Julian Robinson with a more brilliant presentation that made a lot more sense than what we got from the Minister of Finance.
Very well.
And we internationally, we saw the price of oil blowing up over $100 per barrel as the Iranians have kept the Straits of Hormuz closed, which 20 million barrels of oil passes through there on a daily basis. So the international economy in turmoil, and the Minister of Finance here keeping the Jamaican economy in turmoil. So that's what we have.
That's the week that was.
Yeah,
man, they mop up 20 how much billion?
$29 billion. Yeah. And money changers pumped in $33 billion.
$29 billion. So still no plan to change from interest rate investment.
Correct. The minister and the BOJ going in the same direction, pushing the economy in a deeper recession. So we're creating our own recession in Jamaica, and then there is the international problem.
Wow.
Remember, the same thing. One thing the one people know. The reason that we have to be carrying out this 13 years of austerity is because the party which formed the government in 2008 misread. They had the same attitude during the Great Recession. We're on the brink of another Great Recession now, and they're behaving the same way. They haven't learned anything. So that is why we have to be carrying out all those adjustments for the last 13 years, because of their mistake. And they are making the same mistake again.
So they've never learned nothing from the last time.
Never learned nothing. Yeah, man, they're done.
We'll talk about the presentation a little while. Me have a caller. I'm going to just take the call. Morning, caller. We have Ralston on the line, so the call must be for Ralston.
No, the call is for you, mate.
No. Go on. All right, go on. Quickly, make us see.
Just the ladies are very disappointed with you. But based on the International Women's Day,
yeah,
you did not give them the opportunity. You did not give them opportunity in your program to express themselves. So that's one to let you know that.
I was not on that day.
It was on Sunday, isn't it?
Oh, I was on the Sunday morning. It was a Sunday?
Yeah.
Or it was a Friday? I went at the International
Sunday was International Women's Day.
But you never come big them up neither.
No, but see, I wasn't allowed to come on, man. I was trying.
Okay. All right. Sorry, but let me apologize to the ladies.
Yeah, man.
But what thing is
man, because I'm a bit disappointed myself too. You know, you didn't give it the ladies at least a hour on your program to express themselves.
All right. Well, we can fix up a Sunday for that.
All right. Take care, mate.
All right. Cool. Yeah, Raleigh.
Yeah, what I say? Yo, Jamaican man and woman with equality, you know. So we respect woman. This Western thing where man come and make it look like say rare. We don't support them thing there. Jamaican man and woman and respect man and woman as partners.
And
yep.
We can't live without them like how them
We can't live without woman.
Yeah.
So this kind of Western. Yeah, man. So this kind of Western thing, we never try to create a division between man and woman. We don't depend on that. Yeah?
All right.
Man and woman is a team. And that's how the world make up.
We have to exist together. Raleigh.
Yeah, we respect the team. Yeah.
So Fieval came and you said to us Wednesday that or Tuesday evening, I think, that it was a counting exercise.
Yeah, man.
And I concur. When we listen to Julian Robinson, what kind of exercise was this now?
It's an exercise that is more designed to stimulate the economy because, as we have been telling you, nowhere in the world, every economist, no matter which school you come from, whether you're Keynesian, whether you're neoclassical, whether you're neoliberal, you know, say you can't tax the people and after a disaster. You can't tax the people and after a recession because all you're going to do is make the recession deeper. Put it in a simple term. It's like you come out of a hole. You expect a man to throw you a rope. You don't expect him to throw 200 pounds on your head and push you down back in the hole. Simple as that. Yeah. So what Julian is saying in economic terms, technical terms, you are pursue cyclical policies. In other words, you are going in the same direction. You're in a recession and you are pushing deeper into the recession. What we need is a stimulus.
In other words,
what we need is a policy to stimulate the economy, particularly given the negative impact of Hurricane Melissa, and particularly given the negative impact of what is happening in the international economy. So it's a double whammy. So you need to push back. Yeah. And that is why you need policies that are designed to push back. You can't tax the people at that time because you have put more weight on them. It's simple as that. The tax multiplier is a negative multiplier. Simple.
But Raleigh, Dr. Stokes, and before I want to go to Edgerton before that because you talk about more pressure on the people. So the $18 billion tax package and then a fare increase is coming. You spoke to Edgerton Newman yesterday morning. I'll just play what Edgerton Newman told Ralston that Darrell told him. Listen to this, people.
Yes, crude oil prices are climbing. Gasoline prices are climbing. So if the minister does not give you the 16%, the public will have to pay more, right?
Ralston and Doc, I made an announcement last week and some persons take me to task that within a few days they must be they've commuters must brace for a fare increase. You know, I'm gonna have the last laugh because matter of fact, I'm not gonna laugh because a serious thing that every minute of the day, if you listen to the international news, the price of oil is going, maybe it's gonna move towards over $100 by the end of the day.
No, $100 yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, $100 yesterday. Now the fact is that the JGRA has come out, spoke about the whole thing, and we know that by next week, if things don't change in a downward trajectory, then the minister would have to advise the country that there's going to be an increase at the pumps. No, sorry, not at the pumps, sorry, an increase in terms of fares. I can't say anything beyond that. In addition to that, we have been holding strain for a 16% balance. And as I said before, that we're supposed to ask for an increase from last year. So it's a triple whopper on us, bigger than burger. That we have to get something by next week. And I don't want to say this and people start to get jitty, but it's a fact. What is happening in the Middle East is going to affect us tremendously.
So what is the minister saying about that? What is the minister saying about that?
I tell you, the minister on Wednesday, when I put it to him, when a member put it to him, he said that we will get the 16% within the next 4 weeks.
Next 4 weeks.
Raleigh?
Yeah, man.
The 16% within the next 4 weeks. What will that do to the people them where try come out of the hole?
They might just suffer some more and go further into the hole because they have to take transportation every day. So if they might take transportation every day and the light bill will go up and the water bill will go up and the food bill will go up, they might have to do without some of the things then because they might have to take the transportation for their work. So they might have to go buy less food. That's not what they might do because they can't do about the light and the water. So it come back to the food. Yeah.
Raleigh, Julian spoke about a way to collect more taxes, not implement any new taxes. I told my listeners this morning that the whole issue of collecting more taxes from people who should be paying their taxes started back under Portia Simpson Miller, Peter Phillips, and Mark Golding.
And after Peter Phillips, the race system that was put in place, yes.
And that was the basis on which this government have been collecting way more taxes than any other administration in the history of this country.
Precisely. And what happens is that, what happens why them in the problem that them in now, them started to collect more taxes based on the system that Phillips and Portia put in. But them not grow the economy. The economy has stagnated for 10 years straight. So all that bottom out now, so yeah.
So all they've been doing was just collecting on what was left there. No improvement have not been done on what the GLP comes to 2016. And as well starts saying bottom out now.
Yeah.
Because if you have mark time one place, if you're a human being, you'll start go slow. A machine will start wear out. Everything will just run one way. Start weird parts start go. Human being, your joints them start get weaker, so you start go slower.
Correct.
So what Julian was suggesting, and Dr. Stokes Raleigh, I don't know if you heard the interview. It was on Power yesterday morning. I don't know if you hear him. Did you?
No.
More taxes.
Hold on, listen to this man here.
Right?
Without raising taxes.
Best to sit in the BOG. The system of the electronic invoicing has worked very well in Mexico, moderately in other countries. It's absolutely worth taking a look at. The no bad visa is absolutely worth taking a look at. These are very useful ideas, as is the public transfers, in terms of just from the point of view of how does one deploy one's capital. Is it best to sit in the BOG or should we use it to do something else? But so in and of themselves, they are useful. My comments on them are as follows.
Wait, hold on. Right, that's what I want us to go down to. So let's start with the electronic invoicing system. He is suggesting that it could generate $8.6 billion in additional revenue without raising taxes. Could this reduce the leakage in Jamaica?
Well, all indications from countries that it has been implemented is that there are varying degrees of success with it, and Mexico at 14%, I believe, and is one of the is sort of the poster child for this sort of service. No, again, let us be clear. It's not a new tax, but it is collecting more taxes. Right? In other words, you're still taking money out of people's pocket for the government, whether it's a new tax or collecting more on what people should be collecting. Anyway, so the effect on the money that remains in the private sector at the individual level will essentially be quite similar in that they have to pay over more of what they have to the government, whether it's new or it is better collection.
Is that so, Ralston?
Yeah, but hold on. We wish when we were telling the people that years ago and up to now when the JLP was saying that there were new taxes, and we were telling the people that whether the taxes were old or they were new, they are taking more money out of the people's pocket. It would have been good if he had said that at that time too, because he was one of the major supporters of the government. Yeah? So when Nigel Clark was telling the people about no new taxes, and we were saying whether the taxes are old or new, it is a leakage out of the people's pocket in the economy. He never joined that conversation.
But you see, Raleigh, that is true, but it is that's the system that was set up, that who pay them tax must pay it.
Yeah, man, we'll get that.
The extra tax, so it's more taxes, Julian, I suggest to them, say, collect with the rest where you now collect.
Yes, from those who are
people. Because poor people who tax.
Yeah, from those who are not paying. So the point I'm making, the point I'm making to you, the backhand did support, so he supported it, and then him come and say, by the way, you take more from the system. But that was what the JLP was doing, and we were saying that all along, and him never joined that conversation. So this hypocrisy, that is what I talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, but it makes him look rather stupid, Raleigh.
Of course. That's the point I'm making. Yeah.
Because
that's the point.
I don't want to call a man, I don't want to style nobody. But this is what the GLP have been doing. The system was set up by the PNP to collect more taxes, to collect the taxes were due, and them use it and say no new taxes. No, and when Mark Wallen said, but you collect how much $1 billion more.
Yeah. Him never joined the conversation. Him supported them. Yeah. Hypocrisy.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
the only difference, it is not the same as the tax package, because the only difference is with this, you have people who collect GCT and not pay over, don't?
We're outside of the system and not pay over, man. Yeah, man.
Exactly. So these are people who have something to pay.
Yeah, man.
It's not the poor people who buy sugary drinks.
No.
It's not the man who pay more bus fare. In fact, the man who have tax not paying a bus fare.
Yeah, man. And those are things where I tell you, say, I read some of them man who parade and say them are economists. You get me? I said to you, and the little youth them in the media, give them a whole heap of airplay when them chat them all for foolishness, because consistent over the last 10 years, what I said to the man, them said, whether the tax is new or old, you take money from the people. He never supported that argument. He supported them all along.
Them try to tell we no, give us some cock and bull story.
Yep. Him more part of it too.
Implemented.
Yep.
We have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Okay. Good morning to everybody on the chat.
Morning.
Uncle Ralston and Colin, this is a question for both of you, or an insight for both of you. You realize that Dr. Stork used two phrases in his statement. Useful, successful implementation, implemented successfully, and deploy. Those words he used in his statement. He is in agreement, and he's polishing it using that kind of intellectual polish. That what Julian Robinson stated, that there are gaps in the system that should have been bridged, filled from what was implemented from the PNP government, as
Yeah.
Uncle Ralston was saying.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yeah, man.
That is
And he has been one of the ardent supporters of the JLP's policy, Nigel Clark's policy, as a development economist, which is a contradiction.
So,
So what I do is
to come now as we all agree on and to talk. So when Julian showed the gaps, for example, Colin, you use one, the digital system that when you receipt system that will collect the money directly. So when time it show up in the government system, for example, the GCT that is charged to customers when they ring their register.
Yeah.
And that it is registered in the government. When you have those in the government who is doing their job and added up it, when these businesses supposed to do their taxes or their remittance, quarterly remittance to the government, they can't ER because the receipts are there.
But the
man that's a gap, that a bridge that needs to be fixed.
The man admit the successes around the world, you know.
14% plus from Mexico come down.
And
Julian did his homework.
2%, Julian, I look, you know. 2%.
Yeah,
he was conservative.
Yeah, very conservative.
He was a conservative in his.
Carla?
I'm listening for a response because I need to get that responding. Trash them, beat them, teach them, encourage them, critique them, just as Uncle Ralston was saying. We need to come with something for the people.
And give them ideas.
A better alternative.
Give them the ideas. Go run with it now.
All right. I leave Carla. That with you. That is my piece today.
Blessings. 876-804-7072. We have Ralston Hyman on the line this morning, and we're taking your calls, you know. Call the GLP troller. We want to talk to them. We want them come tell we. Hold on. See the man here. Ralston, a challenge. Nevio, you come for the challenge, right? We should have called you a long time.
No. What I come is to ask Ralston to explain to the listeners that the Minister of Finance announced that they will be lowering, I think it's like $20 or $40 billion from pension fund to come into the economy. And I want Ralston to break it down so the ordinary little man like me can understand what do that mean for the economy. And if any of it will go into the stock market, so forth. And I'm going to hang up and listen.
Thank you, Nevio. Explain to him, teacher. Raleigh? How Raleigh gone? Me go up in here and Nevio question. Raleigh, you hear me? Nevio, much out of that now going at the economy. I can tell you. Soon as Raleigh come back, we get back Raleigh. Raleigh? We're not hearing Ralston. Hold on. Raleigh? I don't know if I'm me. You hear me now, Ralston? Look like we have a linkage disruption. But we're talking to Jamaica's #1 financial analyst, Ralston Hyman. Seems like we're having some connection problem. But we know we'll sort that out in a few and get Raleigh back online. Raleigh? We're not hearing Ralston, but we're still taking your calls. 876-804-7072. We're looking at the two budget presentation. One we call an accounting process, and the other one showed us some vision and some new ideas that we need to grow the Jamaican economy. The economy can't just run so people waiting on Raleigh to rejoin us. The economy can't just run so. It needs stimulus. We have to do some new things because the things that we have been doing have not been working. We have a call on the line. Caller, morning.
Morning, and morning to Ralston. I was listening to the clip we are playing this morning, that's true. But I feel like man is talking a Colin. We must say, him not educate nobody.
Man, a dash showing reputation.
The man they are sing for them supper, Colin.
Yeah, man.
The man they are sing for them supper, man. The man they love Jamaica, man. The man they love themselves.
Yeah.
And I sing for them supper, man. You know, say these guys are only for the rich, man.
Yes.
The man they protect the rich, man. The man they put in place to protect the rich. So the rich can get richer and the poor get poorer. Because not what I say, not benefit the poor man. I know what much I have to do is benefit the poor man.
You see, let me tell you something. These people, they're living far from reality. No care for you, no care for me. Bob Marley says so much trouble in the world right now.
In the world.
If Bob did think trouble in the world then, you want to check now. Bob maybe would have run if he see the amount of trouble in this right now.
Yeah, man, I'm not ready yet, man. I'm not ready yet, man. Yes. I just say, those guys have them PhD and them this and them that, and them come and attack one bag of shit of people years.
I don't know why them think everybody fool. Eh?
No, but you wanna, that's what I'm telling you, say, you know, he's a man lights, you know. First, you have to believe in studying, you know.
Yeah, man, you have to study, man.
I just say,
Bible says study to make yourself approve, you know.
He's a military man like myself, yeah.
Yeah.
This government, the drill sergeant say, mark time. I said them man that stay, man. One plate.
And then you start go slow and slow. If you are mark time for Newcastle, they make you mark time till you drop down, you know.
Yeah, and they say they want your knee, lift your knee, they want you lift your knee chest height.
Yeah.
You can't continue if your knee chest side continue. Eventually they go drop.
That. Yeah, definitely. So rally forward there. Rally?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Boy, you drop off a while ago. I don't know if...
What more I ask?
Go ahead, caller.
What more I ask, Charlie, you see? Want him explain to us, you see, about this digital receipt that Julian was talking about, and explain it what would it mean to this country and what it will do for the country.
Yeah. You hear that, Raleigh?
And that's my...
Yeah, man. First, what was Neville's question first?
Neville wanted you to explain the whole pension fund that the government is now releasing up, allowing pension companies to invest more in the general market.
All right, simple. The private pension fund now, $887 billion. Them already allow the man to invest 5% of the money in stocks, right? So what you say now, say I give them the permission to invest another 2.5%. That's 7.5%. Follow me?
Yeah.
Follow? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's man. 21. That's $21 billion. Right. Now the economy in a recession, basically.
Yeah.
So the companies them were listed on the stock exchange really not make no money. So a man who manage a pension fund. Pension fund, you have to play it safe for the people and money. So if the government provide you with 12.25% per annum on an instrument, and the Bank of Jamaica provide you with 5.75% per annum on its CDs, most of the money will put the money in a safe thing. They will put it on a government CD or put it with a government instrument.
And
21 billion. Yeah, Bank of Jamaica CD was $29 billion last week. So the 21 billion shall talk about that a one CD action. That not have no impact on the economy. A foolishness.
Well, so that's rubbish.
Yeah, man. One action that and that gone. Because the pension fund manager have to play it safe. Yep.
Yeah, because of people money where people are expect when they
People
reach
money.
certain age,
Yeah.
them have
Yeah.
money. So you can't.
Yeah. So that now
government bond,
so
government paper secure, BOJ
secure.
them
BOJ
secure.
security secure. So that the money might have pay more. So that the money might invest in it. No member of the MSME Alliance now get none of them money. No member of the Junior Stock Exchange now get none of them money there. You follow me? If I'm gonna put any money in a stock, it'll be CBR, the same companies that whatever fund all the while. Yeah. That now have no impact. Yeah.
So that
Julian
will,
thing now.
have no impact.
What the man I say is that if you run a business, no. Julian thing now, what the man I say, if you run a business, it's mandatory so you have to have an electronic link with the tax administration Jamaica. So you can't go around the people as to how much revenues they collect because tax admin never know how much you collect. So when the time comes you file a GCT return, you can't tell man say sales was 100 million when it was 150 million or 200 million. Simple.
Raleigh, let me say something clear. The people that this measure will target are people who are stealing from the government. Meaning them are also steal from me and you. Because when me and you go out of business and spend money, them collect the taxes and don't turn it over to the government. So I don't understand what Dr. Chris Stokes are talking about. It's the same way we are collect the tax them.
That's
no, I must be apologetic.
That's a quiet
He must be apologetic so that him friend them that say, how come you support the man them now? You don't understand what the thing you
all them new taxes when them money are implement for sugar reduce, when them want to live better, you know. And with this foolishness, you know.
Foolishness, no.
Help me and you the poor man because
no, man, it's a put you.
We can't
It's a put you.
No, we have to drink with a Pepsi now and again and all these things. So
yeah,
them know.
Yeah, man.
All right,
yeah,
brother.
man.
Respect. So
yeah,
Raleigh, Julian is projecting to make from that 2%?
Yeah.
He's looking at a 2%. So if this Mexico achieve 14% success out there, other countries achieve 10 and 8 and 7%. So if we get 5% out of that, if 2% is 8 billion, then 5% our 4% are 16, 5% no $20 billion that.
Yeah, man.
Rotted.
So one of the things again, because them know say the youth them will interview them that the media don't really understand the economy. That is predominantly what is happening in the retail sector. And the retail sector is the largest sector in the economy. So if your largest sector in the economy have so much leakage, then you have a problem. So the man do try to plug the sector is primarily dominated by the Chinese people.
So I was disappointed listening to Dr. Stokes behave the way he behaving at the interview.
The retail sector of the economy.
The retail sector. Right?
The largest sector of the economy and it is foreign exchange dependent, and most of the money go out because it is dominated by the Chinese.
It's the retail sector. And you see, and that lots of money out there to be collected. How long would we take to implement this system, Raleigh? Raleigh, I drop again. Still here with us, but we're not hearing him. Raleigh? All right, caller, go ahead in the meantime.
Hi, Colin. Good morning.
Morning.
Always listening. First time calling.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. I want to say morning to you and Ralston and the listeners. But I just wanted to ask Ralston's view on something, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Minister of Finance, Ms. Williams, she mentioned something about the 6 trillion, something like reserve.
Yes.
And we are saying that there is little evidence in our presentation, and there is a discourse of not much action where growth is coming from, our message where growth is coming from. So I am just wondering if her rhetoric was just to present a show in that regard.
Yeah, just
and that reserve, and if that reserve will erode over time because there's no growth, or there's a positive confidence that we should have gained from that. I just want to hear us and your view on that message.
The reserve does pose some confidence in the economy because, as she correctly said, by world standard, it is what? 3 times what the world standard asks for in terms of reserve. So we have 36 weeks of goods and services we can pay for. But it is not as a case of growth. Raleigh?
Yeah, man.
You're back. The caller wants to know your opinion on Favor. Go ahead, caller. Repose the question to Raleigh. He's back.
Yeah, good morning, Ralston.
Yes, good morning.
I appreciate your knowledge a lot. Yes, I was saying that the finance minister raised an issue about the something like 6 trillion reserve that the country has. Yeah. Is billion? Okay.
Billion, almost 7 billion US.
Right.
6.7. 6.8.
Sorry.
Go ahead,
continue.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, and the discourse is that there's no evidence or plan of a growth policy or growth policy that can help the country over time. So I'm just wondering if that rhetoric is just to a show, and that amount of reserve will erode over time without any growth, and whether or not is it something that we should have confidence in going forward? I just want to hear your opinion on that.
No, it's not something that we should have confidence in because there's no growth strategy, and the oil bill was 1.5 billion for the first 10 months of last year at $60 per barrel. The food and consumer goods import bill was 1.7 billion. The intermediate goods and raw materials bill was $1.8 billion. The capital goods bill was $1.4 billion. So we can't use all the reserves to pay for the oil bill because we have other things to buy. So you need to have a growth strategy so that you can earn more foreign exchange in order to sustain yourself. You can't just run down the reserves paying the oil bill alone. That's nonsense. Simple.
Okay. I figured as much.
So it's like we don't make it understand it simply. So it's like you have your house and you have your savings and things are increasing and you say I just live off of your savings, you know, work to generate no more money. After a while you ever go bankrupt. Simple.
Yeah. Well, when me have is enough. And you realize you start doing
stupidity. She has no clue.
One sickness take you and you're broke. Like one disaster take we are now we're broke.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Rasta. Thank you, Colin, for the opportunity.
Rasta, I was telling you before you came back that the reserves does pose some confidence to the fact that we have money can buy goods and services for a period of time. And as you correctly said, 36 weeks of goods and service. Where the NIR is. But as it relates to confidence in, is it sustainable? No.
No. I remember, one thing Charles told the country is that the NIR is not built on production and exports. The NIR is built on the charity of Jamaicans living and working overseas, remittances, and also the charity of the multilateral agencies in terms of borrowing. So it's not NIR that you produce, bring it back to an individual. It's not that you work and save your money and you have money saved. You depend on your friend them a foreign to beg your money and send money come to you and you borrow other people's money. Yeah? It's not from your own efforts. So it can be sustainable.
So Jamaica's NIR is both loan and remittance money.
And remittances.
We have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Morning, gentlemen. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Morning.
All right. We have 2 major airports, Raleigh. Right? and we hear Nigel Clark. I don't remember who was the finance minister. They talking about in my layman term, I call it selling off the bills for the 10-year projection. So I call that bills factoring because we are selling the bill to a company, to a country, to an organization, so they can front the government of Jamaica the money. But at what cost the interest are you paying to that company to front you the money, Raleigh? Does the government say that?
Caller, them sell the money and use the money already. So you're saying that they are doing them sell that money and use that money already. That is why them have to have a tax package. Them sell that money and use it already. That is why them have to have a tax package in this year's budget because they've run out of options. So them sell it and use it already. So we're paying dearly for that because them use all of that money already. So it's not something that they're.
I would love for the government to tell us at what cost they sold the money at. Because as you know, if the airport was projected to make $100, the company is not going to give them $100. They're going to give them like $65, $50.
Well,
so the company going to wait to get back that money to recoup their money. So why the government don't tell us at what cost they sold that bills at?
They're not going to tell you. You have to read it for yourself. So one of the things that we notice is that the airports authority will have a loss of $3.5 billion this year because of that. And they have to come back to the budget for $9 billion to help improve the airport.
So
people don't know that because the minister is not going to tell you that.
What does this say about the $12 billion that the government gave away in tax give back?
You just tell how wasteful all those things was just to buy election. Yeah, fool up the Jamaican people to buy the election. It just tell you how much money them waste.
Go ahead, caller.
Well, I just wanted to, and one of the reasons why I remember this because back in the days when you do, I call it bills factoring, and Raleigh will know.
Yeah, man, the same thing. Same thing. Them get a nice name and call it security. Them get a nice name and call it securities. Right? Yeah, but are the same thing. Same thing.
Same concept. When you're in the trucking business, you pull a load for $2,000, but yet still the factoring company will give you $1,200 right away.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, because you want the money.
They take you $800.
Yeah, man, because you're desperate for the money, so it have to cost you. Yeah, man.
Exactly. So it's just like a Ponzi scheme thing. I look at it as a generalship business because you are constantly depending on these people because you have to give them your bills every day and they are taking 30-40% of it. So
yeah, man,
you have to be better if you are not growing the economy to get yourself out of that rut, to be less dependent and selling your bills.
Yeah, man, correct. That's what they did because they're not growing the economy.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Point taken. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, my brother. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, man.
But Colin.
Yes.
Back to the argument for me that I tell you. So, what are the problem is that you them who are doing the interview, them don't understand nothing about economics. So go back to what I tell you. The retail sector is the largest sector in the economy. It is the most foreign exchange dependent sector in the economy. And because it is dominated by the Chinese people who operate on a cash basis. Yeah? So Julian is onto something. You follow me? Yeah.
So this more taxes that we would be collecting would be mostly from them.
Yeah, man. And that money is money that go to China. So it will do less violence to the Jamaican economy when you tax them more. You get what I said to you? So Stokes is talking foolishness. Yeah.
But why must sell out? Why must sell himself so short, Raleigh?
But the man that done, we don't know them. You know, follow them man that coming through over the years, man, and switch back them man there. Yeah. Them man not do the economic.
And put your reputation on the line like that?
Yeah, man. Well, me long time I observe them man there, I know so them man they shall a certain way. And through the youth them in the media not understand economics. And come and them chat one bag of foolishness because how can a man say you're a development economics and you support neoliberal economics? This is a rubbish that contradiction. Yeah, but we know how Jamaica run and know how the thing goes. You get what I say to you? You have to be politically correct. If you're not politically correct, then try to dilute you. You get it?
So a supper business. You have to defend your bread.
Yeah. Precisely. Yeah. Same way, sir.
It cannot be though that we do these things from time to time and then we come on and say we are not biased. You know, we you know, it aware us that.
Yeah, man, that's why the country's like this, because a lot of the things with them say make no economics interview most of the time because of how the thing run.
So Julian also spoke about the named Nomad visa. Even that the man I try, you know. Yeah, I was asking you before you dropped off a while ago. How long would it take to implement this electronic system for TAJ to implement a system like this, really?
Everything electronic already, so that now take the time. You can do that in a week. You can do that whenever you want to do it because everything electronic already.
Hold on there.
So you got the parliament and pass the legislation and you just deal with the thing.
No, but Dr. Chris Stokes say on a Monday morning business. Hold on.
Right? In other words, you're still taking money out of people's pocket for the government. Whether it's a new tax or collecting more on what people should be collecting. Anyway, so the effect on the money that remains in the private sector at the individual level will essentially be quite similar in that they have to pay over more of what they have to the government, whether it's new or it is better collection. However, there's a case to be made, a moral case and certainly a business case, that to reduce tax avoidance and to make it easier for people to pay taxes, make it more automated. Questions arise, of course, whether the tax administration Jamaica has the capacity, know what is involved in setting up this infrastructure, testing it, implementing it. This doesn't sound to me like something that is going to be ready on Monday morning, and we need the funds now, soon, within the coming fiscal year.
No.
What would it take, sir, to roll it out?
Exactly. Well, I'm respond to that.
It's a system that you know. An invoice must be generated on the tax administration system. Like the invoice that you give to the customer. This is not a small matter. It's certainly worth pursuing. I believe it will definitely help, but it is not a small project. It's not something that come April 1 we're going to start this. That's not what we're looking at. But this is not to diminish. I think the validity of the idea. We just need to be clear that this is something that will take some time to implement, and that time frame is not likely to align with the exigencies of the current budgeting cycle.
A lot of persons are
Rally. Rally. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. First question. How would you know that? If you have no connection with TAJ, only TAJ can answer that question. And TAJ is fully electronic. Everything in TAJ is already electronic. Even your driver's license. Yeah?
Yeah.
Even
your fitness for your vehicle electronic.
Yeah. Precisely. So him can answer that question. Yeah, man. Only TAJ can answer that.
So it's just now about connectivity, and Jamaica have
precisely
the
right now TAJ, certain taxes they appear at TAJ, you can't pay them physically, you have to pay them online.
Yeah.
So the TAJ is fully electronic. So that is very questionable as to what he's saying. Because it's a kind of backhanded compliment, because you have to make it look like, boy, I not to support them, I support them, but I not to support them when people them call them up and say, yo, how come here? Yeah.
But Raleigh, it wouldn't be Julian he must support. He must support the truth.
Yeah, but you don't know the thing
when you try to throw cold water on this idea, you look like a clown. Full clown.
Yeah, man.
You can't do your reputation that.
Him have no capacity to answer that. Only TAJ can answer that. And most of the things that in TAJ electronic. Up to your driver's license, up to your fitness, all of those things are electronic.
But here's the next part of the argument, Raleigh.
GCT and TAJ, hold on. GCT and TAJ have to pay it electronically. You know? Companies have to pay them GCT. TJ electronically.
But let's say the system for bring on the supermarkets and the wholesalers and all of them people online. TJ not have it. This is a system, Rally, that is being used in other countries, so it exists.
Yeah, man, but I have to disagree with you because when I say all of them, man, they have to pay them GCT to TJ online. So getting them online is not a problem.
No, hold on. Me nah dispute what you are saying, but me just say, let's put it even worse than that. Let's say that never been the case.
Yeah.
The system exists around the world. It's just to purchase the system and implement it.
Precisely, yeah, man.
So
yeah, man.
Even if the TJ was that the position that you are telling us now that TJ is at, and we confirm, yeah, because my last fitness is electronic. My last registration, vehicle registration is electronic. So, I know Gyo Ralston and Gyo, these are facts.
I'm going to show you something. Yeah? About the ignorance. Mary Sarton, director of communications at TJ. We talk to her regular. Them have a thing when your tax thing come up, the TJ tell you about the date. Also tell you about the different payment methodology. So them man don't know what going on, and the people who are interview them don't know what going on. We talk to her regularly.
Yes.
Yep. So when the payments date them come for the tax type, she send with the circular, the release, I will call her and say, yo, you pay this with that, you pay this with that, everything electronic, you pay this with that, you pay this with that. Foolishness matter. Him not up to date with what take place. And that is what take place all the time.
Or is he being disingenuous, Ralston?
Part right maybe due to ignorance too, because him clearly don't know what going on at TJ. And the person who interview him clearly don't know what take place at TJ. Else they were well, maybe. Because I think now with journalists nobody contradict nobody, then just say, all right, yes, he said that.
Yeah. That is one of the things I realize. They might know say the man tell lie, but them now say, yo. But we know otherwise. Them just leave it because too much coward in the business, man.
Yeah, man.
Too much coward in the business.
Yeah. Press release journalism and yes sir journalism. Yeah, that's about it.
Man, too much clown in the business.
The man them don't want analysis. Them don't want no analysis and a contradiction or a question nothing. You must just say the minister say and the prime minister say and this say and that say. Yeah. You must question nothing. Yeah. So that's reporters them want. They don't want an investigative business, they don't want an analytical person. Yeah.
So you are saying that system could be implemented easily in TJ?
Yeah, man.
Within a 6 months period, we could have that up and running.
Of course. Him can't talk for TJ. And me make sure.
The truth is, you don't have to get to 100% right away.
Precisely.
You're going to start and gradually build.
Yeah.
And Julian is saying if you get to 2%, it's $8 billion.
Yeah, man. Correct.
Brother, we have to continue this work, yeah.
Yeah, man, because the thing is, you can't be too supportive of the people and the opposition if you're a commentator in this environment. That are the new dynamic. If you're a journalist, don't question what the man then said, just report what then said. That are the new kind of thing.
Yeah.
Who have the most revenue to spend? The government. So if you want some of them revenue, then just behave yourself and just toe the line. And that will say everybody start.
So that is what happened to the fourth estate. The fourth estate has been bought out by the government.
Become a GIS. Yep. So we have many GISs in Jamaica right now. Yep.
Just towing the government's line.
Yeah, man. Because them are spend the most money in terms of advertising. Yeah.
We will continue to ask the question. What else you found interesting in Julian's presentation, Raleigh?
Okay. The whole thing about government by announcement, in that we hear about this NARA to deal with the rehabilitation of the West. And I know NARA now have no legal foundation or no personnel. Yep. That is holding back the economic recovery, because if we had the NARA up and running and started the rehabilitation of the West, decline in the economy would have been less and would have a faster pace of recovery. Yep.
Wow. Where's the recovery right now?
By announcement. Yeah.
Where's the recovery right now? Where is it?
There's no recovery. Don't Wayne Henry tell you 7.5% decline during the last quarter of last year. There's no recovery. We have to pass the 7.5% and clear up that before we start move back on a growth path.
The government start build anything yet?
No.
We have a call on the
No.
line. Caller, morning.
Morning, Sir Bill. We can see you and your listeners.
Welcome.
Greetings to Sir Ralston.
Morning.
Thank you. I just have a quick question, Colin, because I see the call.
Yeah.
You remember that at one time in Jamaica there was this rumor going around that there was an imposter at I think it was at the Spanish Town Hospital, correct me if I'm wrong.
A doctor.
A doctor.
Yeah.
This gentleman, Stokes or whatever, could it be that these people that they're saying they're probably economists or they know what they're doing, but when they're imposters, they don't know what they're doing. It couldn't be that hard. I mean, I have no experience or anything with economies, but common sense it doesn't seem to be very common, eh?
Yeah, that's why this morning I said to you. That's why this morning I said to you, seek wisdom, seek knowledge, seek wealth, seek good health. But in all your seeking, seek understanding.
Yeah.
Remember I said that to you this morning?
Yes, I heard you say that this morning.
Yeah, man.
It's so unfortunate if these are the people who have Jamaica's future in their hands. Why we in
people are saying, people are saying they might have listened to you many times over Ralston.
That's why I say common sense.
Yeah, but whenever get right. He's a consistent supporter of the policies.
When it's about economics, just listening to Ralston, everything that Ralston says makes sense.
And not just makes sense. You can see them happening.
And yes, all his predictions have come through. Why would I listen to a man who keeps saying yes, no? Why? I need somebody who is sure about what they're saying.
Talk to
me. But anyway, I gotta run. I see if they call me. They are work. Have a good one.
Yeah, Ralston, go
ahead. Man, blessing. Yeah, man. Remember, he's a supporter, an ardent supporter of the policies which got us where we are right now.
Julian finally gave a little of the history and spoke about the 2007 to 2012, finally. But I don't think he was brutal enough, Raleigh.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think he was, because I think the PNP, when it comes to that era of Jamaica's economy history, needs to be brutal. It needs to be delivered brutally for what it was. So Julian touched on it, but I don't think him more somebody touched on that era.
He's a very
brutal.
Yeah, man. Julian is very diplomatic. Yeah.
Me don't want no diplomatic. Me don't want no diplomacy. Take off the gloves.
Yeah.
And I will be sending a message to a certain person.
Because here why it's important. Globally, we are back at that particular point, and that is why that point needs to be explained to the people fully. Because we have a situation in the world now where it's a similar situation. George Bush's excursion into Iraq contributed to the Great Recession of 2008.
Yes.
The JLP came to power in September of 2007. And they told the people that the recession would help Jamaica. Ardishaw, Ed Bartlett, Bruce Golden said going to the IMF was neither necessary nor appropriate.
Yeah.
Then the crisis broke the reserves, which Omar Davies built from minus 500 million to 2.4 billion, fell below $1 billion in 2009. The economy declined by 5%. The fiscal deficit, where you hear them talk about, was 6.75% of GDP. The deficit between the government and the public sector agencies were 10.75% of GDP. The current account deficit was 13% of GDP, right? When them started to negotiate with the IMF, they fired Latimer in November of 2009. They got an IMF agreement in February of 2010. Them never know which agreement to take, although them had 4 different finance ministers, yeah? Dwight Nelson, Ardishaw, Don Webley, Bruce Golden. You follow me?
Yes.
Take the money, $2.4 billion. They never did any of the things that them say them never do. One test them take, and then the whole thing was a failure, and to result in Jamaica getting locked out of the international capital markets. Portia seems similar to use her connections with Maxine Waters, woman to woman. We talk about woman, but check
Ralston,
Christine like that.
Hold on. You always mention this, but you always leave out Yvette Clark.
Yep. Yeah, man, all of those people. Maxine Waters,
Yvette Clark yet.
Yeah,
Yvette Clark,
true.
not Jamaican. Have Jamaican background.
True, yeah, man. Yeah.
You can't left out Yvette Clark out of that
True.
piece of history, brother.
You're right. All those people had to go and check Christine Lagarde on Christmas Eve. And I said, boy, yo, nobody make Jamaica fail because the Jamaica was a laughing stock in the multilateral agency when man I say, yo, when them gonna fail? Them soon fail, you know. You follow me? Yeah. At that time, Peter Phillips and his team, we were at the Ministry of Finance. Even in Christmas, I try to get the public sector workers to agree to a wage freeze because the man must said the way the debt gone up to 150. You can't afford no more money for the public sector workers. So you have to freeze them wages and get them to agree with that. At least 80% of them. That is how we got the re-engagement in May of 2013, and that is how Phillips Farm EPOC, because the man must say have to set up a body will ensure that this never happens again. Simple. Again.
Yeah.
Simple. Phillips and his team, again, oil price shock. We use Petrocarib, Venezuela, sold us Jamaica 3 billion in debt for 1.5 billion. That was the largest reduction, one-time reduction in the debt to GDP ratio from 150 to 120. Simple. Then them come in. At that time, we also had an edge for the oil. If the oil go over $65 per barrel, we could have collected insurance money to pay the bill.
Yes.
Yep. When them come in,
why no rally? Hold on, rally. Where is that edge now?
Them abandon that and that gone at the general revenue. Yeah, so we have no protection now.
Oil is now at $100 a barrel. Where did oil trade yesterday? Where did it end yesterday?
$100 per barrel. $100 per barrel.
So what cushion the Jamaican people have now?
You have none.
Did Favour Williams, Andrew Holness, Nigel Clark, Audley Shaw party with the rent money?
Of course, because she was one of the main person. She was one of the main persons who said to remove the edge and use it for pay after them realized that the 1.5 will cost 32 billion. She was one of the persons who said to remove the hedge and use the money to help to fund the 1.5 tax scam.
To help to fund the lie.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So she was a part of that. So no credibility from the time. Yep.
A revelation.
So now we're at $100 a barrel. And she said, oh, why well, I use the reserves and pay fee.
Is the reserve she use
after you move the insurance cushion?
So let me ask you something.
Don't worry.
So we're not going to see no increase at the pump. Rally? No, Rally, you can't left for now. Rally? That means we're not going to see no increase at the pump, people. Because this government can't make we feel this increase, yeah? Them have to find a way to cushion it. We pay for it already. We've been paying for a cushion. The Jamaican people been paying for a cushion. Rally. Come back here, Rally. Put you up back. Rally. We have to find a way to fix up this steady rally. I don't know, but this must mean that we're not going to pay no great increase. Because we paid for this increase already. And we shouldn't suffer for the government mistake. They can't do this to it. Can't. And then them out there talk about PNP mash up economy and them fix. You're going to need to fix this. We know it's not your fault while oil price are rocket way. But somebody did see the possibility. Like how Omar Davis did put in the criff. And Nigel Clark come with the catastrophe ban. Peter Phillips come with the oil edge. You destroy the oil edge. Let me say that again. Omar Davis come with the criff. Nigel Clark with the catastrophe ban. Peter Phillips come with the oil hedge. Where the edge? 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 No, man. Now have to fix this. We now have to fix this. Junior, Wagwan.
Colin.
Yes, Junior.
Good morning to you and the cuts and your friends that listen.
Yes, Junior, Wagwan. Talk to me.
I think I wanted to look at the economy in 2008.
Yes.
And I think it's similar to the Kendall crash, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, if we're trying to analyze what went on in 08 to 2012, we can say it's similar to what happened in the Kendall crash.
Oh,
I
talk
will
to me.
make people realize exactly what happened in the economy.
Yes.
The total crash of the economy.
Lick up.
The Kendall crash.
And that's why I want Marky G, I want somebody to be brutal in the parliament. Because the economy crash. I want to use that word there. We don't crash the economy.
Yeah, man.
And we get expelled from the multilaterals.
Yeah, man.
I want them think that. You see, let me tell Mark Golding something. And you can't run now, you know. You have 28. So we just PNP alone in the parliament. The parliament have to continue. This is the time for wackling, Marky G.
Yeah, man.
Tell him the things them.
Yeah, man.
Tuesday.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I heard you on Ralston a while ago, and I agree with you. We need to put it to the people and make we understand exactly what.
Yeah, man.
In 2008, the Bruce Golding period wrecked the economy of Jamaica. Them wreck it.
So
it was.
They need that history lesson. That history lesson need to be told.
Yeah,
and I think it need to go a little further. I think the PNP need to speak about FinSac. And what caused FinSac.
Right.
The PNP need to remind the parliament that Eddie Siaga borrowed 30 million US and not pay it back. That was a part of what crashed the banking system.
Yeah.
Hardly had some issues there too.
Yeah.
That's why they don't release the FinSac report.
The next thing what the country needs to know, the economy grew in the 60s was because of what was done by the PNP in the 55 to 62 era.
Yeah.
The PNP laid the foundation to make the economy grow in the 60s, you know. And we need to remember that when the economy grew in the 60s, the poor people never benefit.
No, but I hear Andrew Wallace in the parliament say when FinSac came about, the debt to GDP was 72%. Yes. But go a little further into the history, Andrew, and tell the people that 1989, when the GLP was in power, the debt to GDP was 265%. It was the PNP who would bring it down from that. And because of FinSac, because of the meltdown of the banking sector, where phone people them engineer. The meltdown of the banking sector was engineered by labor rights. And they're talking about FinSac. FinSac was the fix to the scam that labor rights scammed the Jamaican people between the late 80s and the early 90s. It was the scam.
The banks that they gave the opportunities to operate without having any proper security.
And check and balance.
The Central National, the Eagle Merchants, the Blaze Trust, and all them people there.
Yes, Junior, speak it.
We need to know. Yeah, we need to call and name them out the people that Jamaica know. You understand?
Yes.
The next thing you want to talk for ago.
Yeah.
You listen to the Speaker of the House and our behavior.
The Speaker of the House take up more time in the House than anybody else. Rally.
You're
Rally.
Still a rally.
Well, it look like him come back.
Yeah, man. Phone run out a while ago. Yeah.
Phone run out. We have to fix all of that.
Yeah, man.
We have to fix all of that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So, Raleigh, Junior and I up on the phone, and we were just telling them a while ago about who caused the bank meltdown. And PNP in the parliament must tell that part of the history too. Because Andrew Love talked about FinSac, you know. It was labor rights who scammed the Jamaican people and mash up the bank, them, you know. Junior, where you say the bank the name? Tell where the bank, Raleigh, I don't like Raleigh no.
You have Eagle Merchant. You have Workers Bank. You have Blaze Trust. And you have Central National. If there was any more, I might not remember them now. But remember them there clearly.
And Eddie Siaga borrow a 30 million Raleigh? US?
Yeah, man.
30 million. I remember him not believe you, so no.
So him not pay about that.
No, I'm saying forget about it.
Never remember. 30 million US. And you don't remember.
Yeah, man, and a certain gentleman was working with him at that particular point in time too.
The man who loved to talk about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And big friend. But
right.
before I go there,
yeah,
I was talking about the behavior of the speaker.
Yes.
I believe our behavior is caused by insecurity.
Oh, Lord. I want to make you insecure now, Junior.
You know that the insecurity is not caused by the opposition benches, but she takes it out on the opposition.
Leave it alone.
Every time the opposition tries to say something, she gets as it. You heard the clipping with her and Bunting?
Which one?
The one where he was trying to inform her that he's him in charge of the...
Oh, in the PAAC. Yes, I saw it.
Right, the PAAC.
I saw it, my brother.
Don't vex with me. I'm not a misogynist. But I think the problem is insecurity, not being very attractive,
Jesus.
and not cutting no dash.
Later, Junior. Later.
Not cutting no dash.
Later. Raleigh, make we wrap up. But the going forward, what do you expect from Mark Golding on Tuesday? Raleigh? Raleigh gone again? I wonder if him think me say we're gone. No, we're not gone, Raleigh. Me did want to hear what you expect from Mark Golding and what you expect from Andrew Wellness. Let's see me get him over the line. What you expect from Mark Jefferson Golding? And what do you expect to hear from Andrew Brogard Wellness? We'll get back Raleigh on the line before we wrap up. This has been the Colin Bell Show. Tomorrow morning, a phone time, you know. Tomorrow morning, a phone time, non-stop. Non-stop tomorrow morning is the People's Show. Talk Jamaica, we call it. Raleigh.
Yeah.
We were asking what you expect to hear from Mark Golding on Tuesday and what you think Andrew Wellness should be telling the people on Thursday.
Well, we expect Mark Golding to be saying some of the same things Jordan spoke about. But we expect him to also talk about issues related to accountability, plus we expect him to start with the current international crisis and its possible implications for the global economy and the Jamaican economy. Then tell us what is it that his administration is going to do that will be in sync with what Julian is saying. And then the governance issues, because the governance issues are important issues. The whole thing about the Prime Minister's statutory, the whole thing about Integrity Commission, the whole thing about the Auditor General's finding, the whole thing about corruption, all of those things. Yeah, we expect him to cover comprehensively. And we don't want a long 4-hour presentation. Them days they're done. We expect them to wrap up like in an hour and a half, 90 minutes.
2 hours maximum.
Because we all know the problem, so we don't need this whole for a long argument. We know the Prime Minister come with some 8-hour argument with all kind of political propaganda. We don't need that at this time, Prime Minister. We need you have to tell.
All right, we lose Raleigh again. So Raleigh said no, 8 minutes from 8 hours from the Prime Minister. None of that. Quick, fast. Prime Minister, we give 2 hours. Favor wasn't bad in terms of the time, but substance was poor. Julian, I think, was excellent. I give him an 8 out of 10, But I would only ask the opposition leader. Yeah, Raleigh. Hold on there. Hold on, Raleigh. Hold on. I have to connect you to something else. Hold on there. Let's connect, Raleigh. We got to say this phone and not connect to nothing. So, if we find a connection, join. Yeah, Raleigh, go ahead.
Yeah, as I said, we need the opposition leader to tell us about the global crisis, the possible implications for the Jamaican economy, and in doing that, we expect him to go back to what happened in 2002 events.
All of them gone this morning.
Problem down in the West. And we need to hear from him in relation to the governments, the governance issues, the Prime Minister's statutory declaration, the problems related to Integrity Commission, the Auditor General report, the whole thing to do with corruption and all of those things. And we expect him to do that in 90 minutes because the attention span of the people is limited. So we don't want to hold for 2 hours talking. Again, now, we expect the Prime Minister to come with a normal 9-hour and 8-hour presentation, right? And we don't want to hear that. We want to hear what the government do on accountability of the 67 billion that them say them spend already. Why is it that we not see nothing happening in the West? Why is it that we have to bring houses from China? Yeah? Why is it that we're taxing the people in a recession? Yeah? And we want him to deal with some of his own governance issue. Why is it that the thing can't pass? Why is it that they're not attacking the Integrity Commission? Why is it that the Auditor General finds so much problems in relation to corruption and misallocation of resources in the administration? And what is it most importantly, the minister never present a growth strategy. What is a growth strategy, Prime Minister?
Ralston, they're going to silent the fiscal commissioner. I'm predicting that. What say you?
Huh?
They are going to silent the fiscal commissioner. I am predicting that. What say you?
Yeah, true. Why attacking the fiscal commissioner? By the way, let me explain something. Me had this business for 40 years. I've been on the fiscal commissioner during that period of time. The fiscal commissioner is a more accomplished economist than Favor. So me and Favor come and challenge.
Remind me name, Ralston.
TDP deflator. She's nowhere near the man in terms of understanding economics. The man also just did a stint with the IMF before he came back. We know Courtney for a long time. And Courtney is a reputable economist.
Courtney Williams' name,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Courtney Williams. Are you saying that
Yeah, man.
He know him, man?
Yeah. Superior to Favor Williams. So when they know she come in a parliament and I use her position, I try question to take on her.
But they are going to silence him. Him going to have to stop talk these things. Them not going to allow him to come out and say these things no more.
I know. But I'm just telling the people of Jamaica that than all of them in the field of economics. I've known him for almost 40 years. The man just did a stint with the IMF and come back. We know any organization that tries to keep them on track, they must silence them. Yeah. Any journalist that tries to...
Raleigh, we're dropping out again.
We just tell the Jamaican people, say, look out for them things and be careful.
All right, my brother. Respect. We talking a few. Ralston Iman, Jamaica's top economist, barring none. Anybody who know want to bring this man here are the teacher. They are going to silence Courtney Williams. I am predicting that. Me I tell you this morning, the 14th day of November, because them vex, because the man that they put there to oversee the thing I call it like him see it. Holes in the budget. The man now put him integrity out there on a line phone. And them vex. Them vex. If you have not yet liked the video, like it before we leave, no? Give the video a thumbs up. Tomorrow morning, we have some videos. Whole heap of clips where we don't want to show this morning, you know. But the discussion hot. You know? So, we're going to run though. We're going to run. We are going to run. Talk to Chris Campbell before we run. Chris, morning. Chris.
Hey, where's the calling?
I'm not there, my brother. Morning.
Great show as usual, and Ralston bringing the fact. Let me say this before it's only short. Colin, you can't have an economic policy without an economic philosophy. Yeah. And hence the problem.
Yes.
If you have a capitalist philosophy that is ultra-capitalism, without the human side to it, you're going to end up with a system like you have in the United States. We have in one of the richest countries in the world, 40 million poor people. Half of them, 90% of them don't have health insurance. Schools in shambles. This is the model what the JLP follow. Yeah. So you have to have an economic policy with a political philosophy as the undergird of that policy. And
that
the people must
grounded.
come first.
That is what will keep you grounded and focused on looking after your people.
Yes. It's a roadmap for making you know this is where we're doing, and the people must be centered and focused. And in these kind of policies, as I see, they adapted in Jamaica. It's just like when the 2008 meltdown happened and George Bush came in and saved the banks and Wall Street, and then the taxpayers was put on the back of the taxpayer that are still paying for, and most people didn't benefit from that. You understand? So this is the model these guys is following, because they are not, my model, I would say, is capitalism with more a Scandinavian bent to it, which is more people-centered, where you have health insurance, you have a good education system that produces the people that you can use to drive the economy. That is not in the philosophy of the JLP. The philosophy that they are pursuing is more tied to the right-wing Republican policies you see here, and those policies don't even give a damn about their people here. So we're not going to survive under those kind of policies. I'm sorry.
All right, my brother. Blessings. Give our thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, man. One love, my people. Thanks to Ralston Iman for spending the time teaching us this morning. You know, big up yourself, Ralston. We'll talk. This has been the Colin Bell Show for yet another Saturday morning. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Become a Portland Spice ambassador. Bring 10 subscribers to the channel. Please and thanks. We are on our way to 10,000 subscribers as we keep informing the people by giving you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet again tomorrow morning for Talk Jamaica. Peace be with you, my people. Louis Culture, take us out now.
Tell them to try pre-we, big up Portland Spice TV. Tell them to try pre-we, big up Portland Spice TV. Remember to subscribe. See, Portland Spice TV. Louis Culture said it once, and I say it again. Portland Spice TV. We are going to hold them and pop it off. Bogus badge where we rip off. Subscribe, share. Portland Spice TV is here. Woo!